Because respectfully, before Shannon Sharp, there was Chris Carter. You take Stuart Scott off of ESPN, God rest his soul. It's a different show. You take Shannon Sharp, Eric, off of Undisputed, it's a different show. These guys are game changers. The reality of it all is I respect all commentators who has an opinion about a game that they've never played. But my issue comes when I start seeing commentators speak about a person who actually played the game and has his opinion to be had. That's my issue. Here I am, no different than anybody else, that the overarching theme is we all want our opinions to matter or want our opinions to be heard. And that's no different than what I've been able to do with my independently owned IP, 4th and 1, Funky Friday, I Am Iconic Live Tour. This has been the content that has been pushed in media. Let's talk about the LeBron, Dak, the Cams, the Odell, the Roger Federers, the Serena Williams, the Michael Jordans, the Kobes, the this, that. And they don't have nothing to justify that outside of, oh, I have a journalism degree. And I'm not saying that that's an issue. But when a person who actually lived it, prepared for it, played it, did it at a high level, now that's discredited by poking fun at the person himself. Almost to say like, shut the fuck up, you don't know what the hell you talking about. I'm like, hell, I played 11 years in the NFL, a league MVP, Heisman Trophy winner, 5-star athlete coming out of high school. If anybody can talk about this matter, whether right or wrong, it's still subjective and it's still heavily opinionated, who can? I mean, let's not be no fools here. We're getting information from people who've never played this game. But at the same time, when I sit up here and say, you know what? Let me say something about the state of football right now, in my opinion. My intentions was never to suppress the talent of Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, or Tua Tagovailoa. But the facts are what the facts are. Whether I play another snap in the NFL ever again, trust me, I will be straight. The work has already been done. The proof has been in the pudding. The truth of the matter is this. As I start taking this media space very serious, I can do what you've been able to do, and that's give your opinions about different sports topics. The reality is you couldn't do what I do, or in this case, what I did. But when I say stuff like that, oh, that's Cam's ego. I'm in a time where I feel more liberated than I've ever had.
Yeah. Big JTV, like, obviously, comment, subscribe, or tap the notification button, man, for all the people who are new to this and true to this, man. I check the views, man, and like 90% of you are not even subscribed. What is y'all doing, man? What is y'all doing? I need y'all to slap that subscribe button. It's free. Or if you can't do that, at least slap the like, man. That's also free, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. But let's talk about, just some facts right now. Some facts that Cam Newton just spit out, right? And this is my problem with the, most of sports media is a lot of these individuals have added too much disrespect on the name of these athletes. And people build their name and their whole careers off disrespecting athletes, right? Best example of this is Skip Bayless, right? A common example of this right now is Jason Whitlock. And yes, I'm bringing him up. Jason Whitlock talking about Deion Sanders, right? And it's a common thing to come up off an athlete's name because that athlete is 1, a human being, 2, is flawed, and 3, might do some questionable things. Now, in this case, Cam had a questionable comment regarding Dak Prescott as and Brock Purdy as game managers. Very controversial because those two are in the head of the MVP conversation. Now, it gets grimy, it gets weird because, yes, they're not game managers per se, but they're not huge impact game changers either. They're in between. And I agree with Cam's assessment. These dudes are not game changers, right? And I'm going to repeat that again and again. Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott are not game changers. They're not game managers either. They affect the game to a certain degree. But we saw what Cooper Rush did with that Dallas offense. He did pretty well. We saw what Jimmy G did with the 49ers offense. He did pretty well. He took them to the Super Bowl, right? These are not individuals, quarterbacks, who are affecting the game at such a huge level. And why can Cam say that? Because Cam had that impact. Cam was a game changer. Cam was the reason the Carolina Panthers made it to the Super Bowl in 2015, right? Cam was the reason a lot of the Panthers were relevant for goddamn 11 years. 11 seasons, the Carolina Panthers were relevant to the football ecosystem. Now, they're the worst football team in the league, and they have been very bad for a lot of years. Yeah, I mean, he's a game changer. Tom Brady was a game changer. Started out as a game manager, became a game changer. Yeah, I mean, Drew Brees, you could argue he was a game manager. He was not a game changer. He had maybe 1 or 2 seasons that he game changed. Peyton Manning, legendary quarterback, had a lot of game managing seasons. I mean, not a lot of game changing seasons. And people got personal with Cam because they didn't like his opinion, and he perfectly cooked people and say, yo, if anybody can have these opinions on quarterbacks, it can be me. And he's absolutely right. Now, the issue is there's not a lot of people who can speak like Cam. It's very rare. And the issue also is there's not a lot of even great athletes. Actually, a lot of great athletes cannot speak as well as Cam. You know what I mean? A lot of journalists cannot speak as great as Cam. Cam has a gift of gab, gift of words, and is actually surprisingly good at giving interviews. That Charleston White interview was amazing. He killed that. You feel me? And that's something that's God-given, that's talented, that you can't necessarily train. Shannon Sharp has that. You can't train that. You can't, you know what I mean? No matter how many courses you take on broadcasting, you can't train that as him. You know what I mean? And people have added so much disrespect on Cam Newton. It's disgusting. And I hate it. I dislike it. But shout out Cam for chin-checking everybody and having an amazing response. I can't wait to see what this man does. Shout out to him. I don't think he's going to be in the NFL anytime soon. I think that chapter is over. But the media chapter, I think he's above and beyond qualified for that. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Shout out to Cam for that. Big JTV. End this off with a like and check out my videos on the back end. I'm out.